All right, let's talk about getting rich. But I want you to forget everything you've ever heard. Because today, we are diving headfirst into the laziest, most ridiculously simple way to build wealth. And yes, I am dead serious.
Look, I know what you're probably thinking. You're smart. You got the good grades, you work your tail off, and you've got this little voice in your head telling you that your giant, super-powered brain is your secret weapon to crush the stock market. Well, I'm here to tell you that society has been feeding you a lie your entire life, and today we're going to burn that lie to the ground. See, in the wild world of investing, being too smart is actually a huge liability. It might just be the worst thing you can be. It's kind of like strapping a massive rocket engine to a bicycle. You think you're going to blast off to the moon, right? But what really happens, you just explode in a spectacular, beautiful ball of fire. So welcome, my friend, to what we call the smart person's trap. And here's a little spoiler alert for you. It was practically designed to punish people just like you.
Okay, think about it. In like 99% of your life, the formula is super simple. More effort equals better results. You want to get stronger, you lift more weights. You want a better grade, you study harder. It just makes sense. But the stock market, oh man, it's that bizarre, weirdo 1% where all the normal laws of reality just seem to break. It's maybe the only place on earth where the harder you try, the worse.
You don't believe me, do you? You think your fancy spreadsheets and your complex theories are going to save you? Okay, fine. Let me introduce you to a guy who was, and I mean this with zero exaggeration, smarter than you. Smarter than me. Smarter than probably anyone listening to this right now. His name was Sir Isaac Newton.
Yes, that Isaac Newton. The guy who got hit by an apple and discovered gravity? The dude who literally invented calculus just for kicks. So back in 1720, he jumped into the hottest stock of the century, the South Sea Company. It was like crypto, AI, and every meme stock all rolled into one massive bubble. Newton, being a genius, got in early, doubled his money, and cashed out. Smart move, right? He walked away with a fat profit. But then, the stock kept going up, and up, and up. All his friends, people he knew were, let's be honest, way dumber than him, were getting filthy rich.
Can you just imagine the psychological torture? This is the man who unlocked the secrets of the universe, and he's watching his neighbor, who probably couldn't even spell gravity, get richer than him by the minute. The genius cracked. The FOMO, that fear of missing out, it became unbearable. So what did he do? He threw every penny he had back into the market, right at the absolute tippy top. And then, poof, the laws of financial gravity took over. The stock cratered, completely wiping out his fortune. He lost millions in today's money and famously said, "I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people." Look, Newton wasn't stupid. He was just human. And this brings us to Warren Buffett's most crucial point. Investing isn't a game where the person with 160 IQ beats the person with 130 IQ. Nope. The single most important quality is what he calls temperament. It's just the ability to control your own crazy urges. The ability to just sit on your hands and do absolutely nothing while everyone else is panicking and running around like a headless chicken. So why is doing nothing so ridiculously powerful? Well, Warren Buffett has this dead simple metaphor that just blows the lid off the biggest scam on Wall Street. He says to think of your money as a simple bar of soap. Yeah, a bar of soap. Picture a wet bar of soap in the shower. What happens every single time you pick it up, rub it around, and pass it between your hands? It gets smaller, right? Every time you touch it, a little piece of it just disappears down the drain. Your money is exactly the same. Every single time you buy a stock, boom, you pay a fee. Every time you sell, boom, you pay another fee and probably a tax. All that frantic activity, all that smart maneuvering you're doing, that's just you furiously rubbing your bar of soap until there's absolutely nothing left. And the proof? Oh, the proof is just humiliating for the so-called smart money. You know those professional fund managers? The ones in the fancy suits, working 80-hour weeks, with PhDs in finance? They are scrubbing that bar of soap until their hands bleed. And for what? Over a 15-year period, nearly 90% of them fail to beat a simple, lazy, boring market index. 90%! That's insane! But Buffett didn't just talk the talk. He decided to prove it, once and for all, in the most epic way imaginable. He put his money where his mouth was and made a public $1 million bet that pure laziness would absolutely demolish the so-called smart money. So here was the challenge. He laid it all down back in 2007. In one corner, you had the smart money, a hand-picked portfolio of 5 of the most elite hedge funds on the planet. These are the guys with the secret formulas, the supercomputers, the insane fees. And in the other corner, you had the lazy portfolio, one single, brain-dead simple S&P 500 index fund. Basically, a robot that just buys the 500 biggest companies in America and then goes to sleep. The race was on. So, after 10 long years, what were the results? Well, let's just say it wasn't a competition. It was a straight-up massacre. The team of elite, hyperactive, genius hedge fund managers, they managed a pathetic 36% return after their massive fees. And the single, sleepy, boring, lazy index fund, it returned 126%. Laziness didn't just win, it crushed the smart strategy by almost 4 times. It was a complete and total public humiliation for the entire hedge fund industry. Okay, so if being lazy is the undisputed secret weapon, why is it so freaking hard to do? It's because our brains are hardwired for action. We get bored, we feel like we need to do something. But Buffett once again gave us a brilliant mental tool to force ourselves to be patient. He calls it the punch card. Now to get this, let me ask you a question. Imagine on your 18th birthday, I show up and give you the car of your dreams. It's perfect. But there's a catch. It is the only car you will ever get for the rest of your life. If you crash it, you're walking. Now, how would you treat that car? You'd treat it like a precious jewel, wouldn't you? You'd read the manual, change the oil, drive carefully. Now, take that exact same logic and apply it to your investments. Imagine that when you're born, you get a little punch card with only 20 slots on it. Just 20. Every single investment you make for your entire life uses up one of those punches. Once you hit 20, that's it. Game over. You're done. Forever. Just think about how that would radically change your behavior. You would stop gambling on hot tips from your buddy. You'd stop buying things you don't really understand. You would be forced to wait and wait and wait for that one truly perfect no-brainer opportunity. You'd completely shift from being a frantic gambler glued to a screen to being a calm, patient owner of a wonderful business. You'd become incredibly selective. So, let's wrap this up. Let's break down the key takeaways. Number 1, temperament crushes IQ. Your ability to stay calm when everyone else is freaking out is worth way more than a genius-level brain. Number 2, activity is your enemy. Remember the bar of soap? The more you touch your portfolio, the smaller it gets. And number 3, be lazy. Strategic, disciplined laziness is how you win this game. The entire financial world wants you to believe that getting rich is super complex, because that's how they make money off of you. But the real truth, proven by one of history's greatest minds and the world's greatest investor, is that the secret is to just be lazy. So the only real question left is, are you ready to stop trying so hard to be a genius and just let the lazy tortoise carry you all the way to the finish line?